Tincture. I am out with the Monarda fistulosa, also known as bee balm or wild bergamot or wild oregano. I've also heard it also referred as horse mint. Anyway, it is in the mint family, Lamiaceae family. So it has opposing leaves and a square stem. And this beautiful flower head that, it smells like medicine. Smells very strong. Excellent for cooking. But anyway, so I just find an abundant patch and harvest with my clippers. I clip down low enough that you can hang them up to dry. And anyway, isn't it nice here by the river? So I'm going to harvest up some of these and take them home, and I'll meet you back there and we can make some medicine out of this. Hello, hello. I am getting ready to process my Monarda fistulosa, and I thought I would share a little bit about that with you. It's kind of nice to roll the stalk around, and you can tell that it's square quite easily. And it has many uses. In fact, I've got a lot of it drying up there because I like to cook with it. It's one of my favorite culinary herbs. And this Oxymel that we're going to make today also is very nice in cooking. It goes very well in marinades and salad dressings. It's a really good venison, like meat marinade, red meat marinade. And I'm also going to make a tincture as well, because a lot of people like to take it medicinally during the cold and flu season, and many other things. And if it grows near you and this sounds interesting to you, I feel like you should really research it further, because there's lots and lots of information out there about it. In fact, I was just thinking, what is that one book? I should have got it out ahead of time that talks about it It is this book, Matthew Wood, the Book of Herbal Wisdom. This has a whole chapter on it, and in fact, it's called something else that I've never even been heard of, and it took me a while to realize what the chapter was. Let me see if I can find it in here. He calls it something. Let me look in the has a very different sweet leaf. He calls it sweet leaf. So then there's a whole nother name that I don't even ever hear it referred as. But anyway, so I'm getting ready to process this, so I'm going to go ahead and put a glove on. So I like to whiz it up in my food processor first. I just feel like it kind of breaks everything up a little bit easier. Oh, there is a cat in a basket behind you. So so anyway, I grab these and I just chop the heads off, grab the stalk, and then I just pull down the, let's see, I'll move these over here. Aren't they pretty? Oh, and the smell is just fantastic. I'm used to doing this with my other hand. We will do that. I just chop the tops off. The stalks, they're a bit much for the processing, so I just strip the leaves off of there. And then let's see here. Yep, get those off of there. And then put this on my food processor. And this will be a little loud, but it'll be just a quick moment. So I do that. And then I'm going to be making a gallon of I've prepped these up ahead of time before I was doing the video. A half gallon of tincture and a gallon of the Oxymel. So I'm just going to go ahead and put the plant material in both of these. And I will clear the space here. All right, get this out of here. So there's more room for the remedy making. Okay, so first thing here is the Oxymel, which if you've watched any of my other videos, I make a lot of Oxymels. They're really nice. They're really nice to cook with, and they're really nice to mix with sparkling water, and you can make like a little beverage, a mocktail, basically. And so, an Oxymel is just a fancy word for an apple cider vinegar honey remedy. And I generally like to do 1 part honey, 3 parts apple cider vinegar. That is the ratio that I generally go with. And this looks about like 1 part of the honey. So I'm just going to weigh that out here real quickly in, let's see, in ounces here. So there's 2 pounds in a quart. So that's what I'm going to be going for. And this, I'm eyeballing it, and it looks about 2, and it is. So I will just go ahead and get this going down in here. And I'm going to put all of this honey in here. So once it gets down there pretty far, I'm just going to balance this on here, and we will go ahead and make the tincture while the last little bit of honey goes in here. Oh, the smell is so nice. And like I said, I really like to cook with the dried herb. It's excellent in any Italian type thing. Pizza, lasagna, Italian sausage, and stuff like that. So now I'm going to balance that on there, hopefully without making too big of a mess. We shall see, we shall see. And first up is the tincture. So the fresh plant material alcohol water ratio is 50% alcohol, 50% water. So that is the same as 100 proof vodka. So that's why I like to use 100 proof vodka, because then I don't have to buy the Everclear and then mix the water with that ratio. It just already is 50% water, 50% alcohol. And it's super easy to make a tincture. You just, get your plant material in the jar, and I generally do this 3/4 full with the chopped up plant material. And this is a half gallon, so this will take two bottles. And tinctures people generally let them infuse for 6 weeks. It can always go longer. Alcohol preserves the plant material really nice, and their shelf life is basically forever. So you don't have to worry about it going bad. Whereas apple cider vinegar honey remedies that don't have any alcohol. Now you can put alcohol in them and preserve them longer, but I don't. And their shelf life is a year. I like to say around a year, generally a little longer. There's so many different variables in that, like, you know, is your house really hot? You know, is it, if you keep it in the sun, well then funky things can happen. But if it's just kept like in a pantry in a cool, dry place, it will last longer than a year. I like to put a wax paper in between the lid, or I like to use a plastic lid, which I have some plastic lids down here. I wasn't thinking of that. So yeah, I will just use this plastic lid, I think. Let's see here. And then I need one of these for this. All right, so actually maybe I will use one of these other lids. I feel like they're just better for shaking them up. So I will go ahead and do this. I just tighten that down on there and give this a good shake, and then I will label and date. It's very important to label and date because otherwise it's easy to forget about, you know, when you made it and what it is. But isn't that pretty? Monarda fistulosa tincture. So we got that down, and then this, if I can do this without making a ginormous mess, which I'm not too sure about. I don't know how well that worked out or not, but I'll move this over here. So now for the Oxymel. Get your vinegar. I am going to wipe this lid off. I don't want anything to get in there. And now I will pour this in. And like I said, this is one of my favorite Oxymels. It's so tasty. I'll shake this up and get this labeled, and also put a wax paper on it as well. And then in 6 weeks, I will strain this and have something very, very delicious. We'll go ahead and give this a good stir, because I might have to add more vinegar. Once you get in the habit of shaking this really well, the honey will dissolve into the vinegar nicely. It kind of feels like a big clump right now, but that will change, and it will get all mixed in there really well. Yeah, this can help break this up here. Anyway, isn't that a beautiful remedy? Uh-oh. Get rid of that. I'm going to add a little more vinegar. Alrighty. And there it is. Isn't it beautiful? And the Monarda does turn the vinegar purpley. Not the tincture, but the vinegar it does. So I'll get a nice big square here for a little bit of a lid protector. Roll that down in there. Get this on there good. And then give that a good shake. And there it is. It's been so hot lately. It's like 95 today. We're all kind of shut up in the house, but I've been getting out in the morning and harvesting this Monarda for the remedies. And I do offer the tincture and Oxymel and the dried plant material as a collection, and also individually. So anyway, thanks for stopping by. I am Simply Josephine across the board, all over social media, and my website is simplyjosephine.com. So pop over and say hello or subscribe, and please share this video on your social media. Really helps me get out there. Anyway, have a great day and happy summering. Bye.